How are you guys doing? This one's called Virus Hypocrites. Clean your watches, grocery stores. Now, this is a wristwatch video, and the David Schwartz channel recently did a video called Don't Clean Your Watch Straps Until You See This. Methods for bracelets, nails, suede, and leather. He understands the importance of cleaning your wristwatches, and he shows you exactly how to do it. Now on with the rest of the video. Virus Hypocrites. Grocery stores. Yeah, really. Well, I'll tell you some incidences. Well, I was at a grocery store a while back, and there was a fellow that was a door guard. And so one of the managers was really getting him heck, coming up to him really mad. Says, "You're letting in too many people in. You start forming the lineup." Really giving the little guy heck, little guy holding his head down. A couple weeks later, I saw that same manager going out to their car during a lunch hour. I was just happening to park in the parking lot, and I saw them come out. The same person is giving that little guy heck, that little doorman heck. She comes out, lunch hour, starts idling her van, sits in her van, starts just idling it, sitting there. And then throws a cigarette in her mouth and starts playing around with a cell phone. Somebody so concerned with the environment and everything and viruses, you wouldn't think they'd be sitting there idling their car, polluting the air, and smoking a cigarette, polluting more air and polluting their own health. So that's a virus hypocrite in my books. Here's another incident. This happened at a grocery store I read about. And the grocery store is only about 15 miles from where I reside, so I just happened to read about it. Anyway, a guy went to this grocery store, and he had his own hand sanitizer. So he goes in the door and he showed the guard, "I'm using my own hand sanitizer." He does it. So he goes in the store. He just gets down at the end of the store with the shopping cart, and this employee grabs him from behind. Grabs him right physically. And the guy's yelling at him saying, "Well, don't grab me. Don't grab me. I don't want you touching me." So this employee grabs him and assaults him and throws him right out. He says, the guy says, "I use my own hand sanitizer. I used my own hand sanitizer." And he says, "Well, I didn't see you do it." And here's where the hypocrisy comes in. That employee walks back in the store after handling this customer, didn't sanitize his hands. So there's a virus hypocrite. And I was actually at this grocery store yesterday by coincidence. And I noticed when I approached the store, there's a guy standing outside there. People were coming out, and I thought, well, the guy might be just not being lined up or anything. And so when I approached the door, I was told the guy was lining the line up there. So I'm kind of surprised they're letting people out, and that's making this poor guy stand outside. So after a little while, they let the line in. But here's the thing. They're snotty. But anyway, after I left the store, I started watching for a bit. And so they made the guys line up outside. But when the pretty girls come along with their college girls, come along with their yoga style clothes on and tight pants and all that stuff, they didn't make them wait. There was groups of 5 of them, walked right in, didn't have to stand outside or nothing. So just the guys were made to stand outside, and the girls, the pretty girls in their yoga outfits, could just walk right in. Their skin tight pants on, they could just walk right in. They weren't being told to wait outside or anything. So they were welcome with open arms. That's a virus hypocrite. Now these grocery stores, they have rotten, moldy food on the shelf and expired food they try to sell you as new food. And they have dirty bathrooms and locked down bathrooms. So you go to the store and you want to wash your hands, you don't want to use hand sanitizer. Well, the bathroom's locked to the public. So you can't even wash your hands if you wanted to. And really, some of these stores are open after dark. Don't think the guys aren't taking a whiz outside against the building like people that are customers. They are taking a whiz against the building at night. So I'd call that virus hypocrites. And these stores, they use the virus just to bully customers. They've wanted to bully customers all along, but now they got an excuse to really do it, gung-ho. And they use the virus as an excuse, right? And these stores, I tell you, it doesn't matter where you stand, it's wrong. And the store employees are jerks, right? They're using that as an excuse to bully and fight with customers. Here's an incident that happened a few months ago. I was just checking out in the store at the cash register, and I was standing actually past the pylon and bagging my groceries. So this one woman comes along, some kind of a manager. She says, you're standing by the pylon, past the pylon. I said, what? You're standing past the pylon. You're not supposed to. Oh, I said, I guess wherever I would stand, it's wrong anyway, right? And she says, well, I could throw you out of that store for that stuff, saying that stuff and acting that way. I said, go ahead. I'll sue you. Virus hypocrite. I'll tell you guys, you can look it up yourself. A gallon of hand sanitizer is over $30 a gallon. You can look it up yourself. I looked it up. It's over $30 a gallon. $30 a gallon is the cheapest I could find. And maybe where you live, it's cheaper. So you can look it up. I've seen some of it even for $60 a gallon. Do you think those stores are paying $30 to $60 a gallon for hand sanitizer, putting on every person that gets like by their door, using all that hand sanitizer? It costs a lot of money when you think of it. Thousands of people going in by the thousands, using all that. No, they're not. I don't think they are. I was at a grocery store and I was watching them put stuff on people's hands. And you know what I think it was? I think it was summer windshield washer and using that as hand sanitizer. Yep. You know that summer windshield washer is a certain color, it's a certain consistency, it's a certain smell. I know it very well. I've used it for years before. And I think they were using that in the place of hand sanitizer. Because real hand sanitizer, like I said, over $30 a gallon. Summer windshield washer, a couple bucks per gallon. So in my opinion, I think they use anything as hand sanitizer. And here's the thing. If you went to a store and somebody said to you, will you take a drink of this? Some stranger says, or doorman says, drink this. You wouldn't want to drink it. So why would you want to just put something you don't even know what it is on your hands? It could be anything. It could be toxic, poisonous stuff or a hardcore cleaner. And you just blindly put that on your hands. And it's easy enough. I know businesses what they do. Sometimes they'll take the expensive can or container and fill it up with the cheapest stuff. I mean, restaurants have done this for decades and decades. They'll have the most expensive ketchup, and they'll fill the ketchup bottle, when they go to fill it, use the expensive ketchup bottle and fill it with the cheap stuff. And I think that's what these stores are doing. I think they're taking maybe one bottle of expensive hand sanitizer, use the first bottle, and just fill it up with something cheap like $2 windshield washer and try to impress everybody. Oh yeah, look everybody, this will kill the germs. I think windshield washer would kill the germs in your hands, but probably half kill you too. So what a bunch of virus hypocrites they are, right? So you guys, once it gets to this time of year, about mid-November, towards the end of November, all the way on through Christmas and right into the new year, probably about midpoint, the stores are going to be bigger jerks than they've ever been because they got extra business over Christmas, right? Holiday gift giving, all these customers coming in. Customers are buying more food for Christmas. They're buying more retail items and everything. And when the business is good, they're going to be bigger jerks than ever. So you guys be prepared for that. You go to any stores, you're going to run into some real jerks. And from about November 15th right on through to about January 15th, that's when you're going to run into the biggest jerks. And I'm going to warn you too, when you go to the cash, that's when you're going to get cheated during Christmas season. A lot of these stores, that's when they're going to nail you for cheating you. Because they think that people are all distracted and it's busy, lots of distractions around, and people are in a hurry. That's when they're going to overcharge you. And by the way, the funny thing is, that store I was talking about, where they were letting all the girls in, making the guys wait, they tried to overcharge me at the cash, so there you go. So you always have to be extra careful, you guys. So there you go. These stores, they whine and complain that they don't have any business. They're always whining and complaining, oh, business is down, we don't have any business. Well, here's the solution. Treat your customers better. You will have more business. Don't treat your customers like intruders or trespassers or be paranoid over your customers. You probably will have more business, right? So I'm sure a lot of you guys watching this has worked in businesses, has worked in stores, and you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. So treat the customers like a customer. And, a lot of watch channels talk about Rolex, how rotten they treat their customers. They treat their customers like they're trying to get something for nothing and all this and that. Try to treat their customers like they're a nuisance and all this and that. And so grocery stores, don't treat your customers like Rolex watch dealers.